So if you didn't already know, I'm going to tell you right now. Scheduling is one of the most important thing, or if not, the most important thing, right? Especially if you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to indulge in business and all of that, you have to schedule, right? Think about it. What do every millionaire, billionaire have in common? All rich people, all wealthy people, what do they all have in common? Time. Their time. They actually have their time. That's their greatest weapon to the world, right? And they use it very well. Now, any weapon is not usable if it's not sharp. So you need to sharpen your weapon for it to be able to be deadly towards the world. So how do you sharpen your weapon? You need to have your time scheduled properly. So how do you do this? I suggest you use pen and paper. A lot of people, they have this thing where they use Notion, or they write it down. Well, they type it out on their computer, their laptop, whatever the case may be. I say don't do that. Write it down on pen and paper and literally just stick it up on your wall wherever is your workspace. So if you work in your bedroom, then write it and stick it up in front of like your laptop, where your laptop would be. Stick it up on the wall to where it's visible and you can actually see it. So that way when you get up on a morning, you don't have to blind yourself staring at a computer screen, or even having to, worse yet, open up your laptop, type in the password, scroll on Notion, go on it, and you know what I mean? It's just too much when you can literally just wake up. Boom, it's right there on the wall. You can see it clearly. So you know, okay, today at so time, which is, let's just say the schedule to wake up is 5 a.m. So when you wake up, you already know, okay, it's 5 a.m., whatever. You get up, you walk towards the area, you see the paper on the wall, and then you see, okay, 5:30 a.m. or even 5:20 or 5:15 a.m., you need to go take a shower, or you need to go exercise. You need to go start your exercise, or you even need to go work on your business, as in you might have to fix the website. So 5:15 a.m. you'll see on the wall, on the paper, it's written 5:15 fix website. So once you know, okay, it's 5:15, you already are clear in your head. This is how you cure procrastination. Procrastination is literally just a symptom of giving yourself the option to say no or to be lazy. See, when you have something written down on pen and paper and it's actually scheduled properly, your day is scheduled properly, you know exactly what time to sleep, you know exactly what time to wake up, you know exactly what time to shower, exactly what time to work on your fitness, to work on your business, you know exactly what time to do things. So there's no option to say no. There's no option to say later. You just see it on the paper and then you just follow. So your brain, you don't give your brain the option to delay it. This is what procrastination is. You basically just keep delaying what you're supposed to do. But when that's because it's in your head. So it's easy for you to just say, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I'll just do it later at this time. But when it's like, when you literally see that you have to work on your business from, let's just say, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Just a random example. Of course, it has to be more than that, but let's just say 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. You can't say, oh, I'll just do it at 9, or I'll just do it at 10 a.m. so I'll do it later. No, because at 10 a.m. you're gonna have to be in the gym. At 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. you're gonna have to be talking to your family members, or talking to this person, having an important networking session and a business meeting or something, right? At 10 a.m. So you're not going to be able to give yourself the option. Literally ever since I started like scheduling and all of that, and actually writing down my goals and writing out my day and planning it, that's literally when I automatically stop procrastinating, right? Because the thing is, I actually never really used to procrastinate. I mean, I used to actually, but the thing is, when I actually like developed the mindset that, oh, I'm never gonna procrastinate again and all of that, to be honest, I actually stopped, right? So I guess it is all mental as well. So I did stop myself from procrastinating, all because I just had the ideology that, work just has to get done. So I was just like disciplined, right? But even sometimes I would still end up catching myself procrastinating sometimes, but not like as much as the average person would, right? So basically, as soon as I wrote down my goals and I started scheduling my day and all of that, it's like procrastination just went out the window. Every day when I get up, I know exactly what I need to be doing at exactly what time and everything, literally. But at first, I started off just writing my goals down alone, not like writing the time that I'm gonna do them. So it still works that way. But when I figured through like experience and whatnot, I realized now that the best way is to actually like put a time next to it, so you know exactly what time to do it. So like I would just write down my goals, like, oh, I need to work out, I need to do this, I need to do that, wake up at this time, and I would just write it down, right? But when I would just wake up and then do it at whatever time. I would just get it done within the day, right? But when I actually like started like implementing that, oh, I need to actually put the time or a specific time that I should do the task and I should work on the goal, that's when everything actually changes and comes together, right? And you could still do it with like a habit tracker. So you write down the goal, put the time next to it that you're supposed to be doing that task, and then make check boxes. So once you get the task done, and only when you get the task done fully, that's when you could tick the box. And if you don't get it done, then you have to put an X. And what happens is you reach a point where you start ticking a lot of boxes, and then you just make a mistake and miss one day, and then you have to put an X, and you might miss the next day, and you have to put an X. And what's gonna happen is the next day when you get to put a tick, you're gonna see how much the X just throws everything off, and you're gonna get mad. It's gonna piss you off. That is good, because once it pisses you off, then you say, okay, now you get motivation, now you have that fire in you to not make the mistake again and miss another day, right? So for beginners, let me tell you exactly what you need to have on your schedule or whatever. You need to have a time that you're going to wake up and a time that you're going to sleep, right? And this should be, once you calculate it, you should calculate like at least 9 hours ahead. So if you have to wake up at 5 a.m., don't just literally count 8 hours before 5 a.m. You should at least count like 9 or even 9.5 hours or even 10 hours before 5 a.m. And once you count that, then that's the time that you should be in bed getting ready to sleep. Because what happens is your body doesn't enter REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement sleep, which is the stage that your body goes into when you're dreaming and whatnot. And that's how your body repairs itself when it enters REM sleep, rapid eye movement. So your body does not enter that stage one time. A lot of us, we're distracted, we have blue light and all of that, so our sleep schedule is actually messed up, our sleep cycle is messed up. So what happens is you don't fall asleep right away. You don't fall asleep in 5-10 minutes. It takes your body a while to actually fall asleep. Then it takes your body a while to actually enter REM sleep. So what you need to do is calculate at least 9.5 to 10 hours before the time that you want to actually wake up. So that's going to be the time that you're going to go to sleep. And then the time that you wake up should be whatever time it is. I prefer before the sun rise. That's the best time to wake up. Like at least an hour before the sun rises, or at least half an hour. But I'm going to say an hour before the sun rises. And then you want to have a specific time that you're going to do some sort of work. So this could be on a business, or this could be like an actual job if you have a job or whatever the case may be. But a lot of us that watch my channel, they're entrepreneurs, so it should be working on your business. And you want to have at least 5 hours for that, or at least 4.5 hours to 5 hours of deep focus work for working, right? And then from there, you want to have a specific time that you eat, and then a specific time that you train. Exercise and training is important. And so put a time for the gym, right? I suggest like an hour to an hour and a half. An hour and a half for like weightlifting and all of that, because it actually takes the time. Now with like other sports and all of that, you can do high intensity training, which lets you finish your workout even faster, but actually it's intense and it doesn't take away from the gains or whatever. So an hour to an hour and a half is how long you should actually be exercising or training, whatever the case may be. Or for like actual people who want to be sports players and they're actually serious and that's your business, then it can actually be longer. The longer you spend training and sharpening yourself, the better it's going to be in the long run, right? So you have a time for waking up, a time for sleeping, a time for working on your business or going to your job or whatever the case may be, and you have a time for fitness. Now you want to have a time to eat and focus on diet and nutrition and all of that, right? And then from there, you want to also have a time where you just do your daily task. Like this might be cleaning your room or taking a shower or talking to your friends or your family or going outside, going to this place, going to that place. That's any daily task, you should put it down there as well, and exactly how much time you're going to have for it, right? And then you want to actually discipline yourself, but be realistic with the timing. Don't say talk to family members for 1 hour, because that's not really realistic. You might end up talking to your family member, and then by the time you know it, you end up talking for 2 hours because the conversation is so well. So you know yourself, you know your life, you want to have it at a specific time that's actually realistic, right? So have that down, and that's basically all you really need. That's for the beginners, right? That's what you actually want to have written down, and then you can schedule it from there to your own way. I'm not going to tell you how to do it because we're both different. So you know yourself, you know your life, you know what you need to do, you know what's important for you, what needs to be prioritized more than the other task. So you make your own thing. And with that being said, peace.